Assalamu alaikum, everyone. We welcome you all to the second segment of Gasam Elections 2023 debate. I am Fadi A.S. Seka, a final year general nursing student in the School of Speed Fairs and also a member of the Electoral Committee. Today's segment will be moderated by Ms. Fatmata OMS Sedikan, who is a new student, medical student, first year medical student in the University Mohammed bin Abdullah of Fez, with her co-moderator, Mr. Abubakar Sow, who is a graduate in economics from University Mulai Ismail in Megnes. Today, we'll having the candidates, Ms. Khadija Tijalo, vying for presidency, and Ms. Awa Conte, who is vying for the position of General Secretary. We also have Ms. Bakoto Sise, vying for the position of Treasurer, and Mr. Hassan Balde, who is also vying for the position of Treasurer. And finally, we have Mr. Idrissa Sanyang, who is vying for the position of Vice President. So we welcome you all on today's segment. I will now allow the moderators to go ahead with the debate session. Thank you so much, Mr. Abubakar and Fatmata. The floor is yours.
All right. Hello once again. Thank you so much, Sister Seka. Thank you for that introduction. As you said, my name is Abubakar. So I am currently the VREP of McNess. I am honored to be here and welcoming everybody here, all the candidates here, to the second segment of the 2023-2024 Gasam executive election. So without further ado, I will first start by reminding everyone about the rules and the regulations of the debate. Then we can start the thing proper. So for the rules of the debates, number one, you have every candidate will be given 7 minutes to present his or her manifesto. Number two, no personal attacks will be accepted from both candidates, general members, and moderators. Number three, each candidate will be questioned by the moderator and the general members. Number four, each candidate will be allowed to ask a maximum of 2 questions, which can be addressed to any of the candidates. So I don't know, maybe if you have any questions, maybe you can ask each other. All questions must be brief, clear, direct to the point. It must not exceed 30 seconds. So each question must not exceed 30 seconds. And responses also must not exceed 1 minute. All candidates are required to be present on time. Yeah. And the debates will be based on ideas. And another rule also is added for the opponents. That is, each candidate is questioned by the opponent as soon as he or she concludes his or her manifesto. So the candidate must answer the questions with respect and professionalism. You should not be criticizing each other or fighting one another, each other's ideas. It has to be in a professional manner and respectful manner. So and another thing is maximum of 4 questions from each candidate will be to be directed to the opponent. Yeah, and that is it. I hope you all understand the rules and you got what I said.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we do, Abu Bakar.
All right. Thank you so much. So we can first start with Madam President Khadija Tijalo. You can present your manifesto, Madam President. Then the Vice President, then the General Secretary. Then we will end with the 2 opponents for the treasurer. So, Madam President, the floor is yours. You have 7 minutes.
Thank you very much, Abu Bakar. Hello, everyone. I greet each and every one of you. My name is Khadija Tujalo. I am a first year, now second year master student. And then my area of studies is diplomatic studies, also known as international relations. I am vying for the position of a president for the upcoming Gasam elections. Now, why the position of a president, not any other position? First, I saw this as an opportunity to help me solidify my leadership skills and also help better myself as a person. And then secondly, I want to serve Gasam and its members at its highest level, inshallah. So let me move on to my manifesto. Okay, first of all, I would like to execute all the duties of the president as stated in the Article 11, Section A of the Constitution. And then secondly, ensure the smooth running of the association by securing funds from partners and ensuring the participation of the general members. Thirdly, use my great leadership skills and my ability to influence to get more Gasamians to participate in the growth and the development of the association. In addition, I would like to strengthen the relationship between the existing partners and also revive some of our previous partners, such as EHEM, which is the International Institution of the Higher Education in Morocco, as well as the Polyclinic, and also, if possible, secure new ones, inshallah. And last but not the least, alongside my executive duties, I would love to ensure the continuity of some of the Mega Gasam project and execute some of the projects in their action plan that they were unable to implement during the course of their tenure. And some of these projects are organizing Gasam debates, join forums with other student associations, strengthen the relationship with Gasam alumni, and also help secure internship for Gasamians in the Gambia. Those are just some of the unimplemented project of Gasam. So this is the end of my manifesto. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Khadija Tujalo. Now we can move to Idrissa Sanyang for the vice presidency. Idrissa, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bokar. So, good day, everyone. I am Idrissa Sanyang, an aspiring candidate for the vice president. Yes, I am a second-year student, physics student from the University of Mali Ismail, that is in Meknesia. And my manifesto reads as follows. I guess I will just have to go directly to my plans. So maybe you can have a brief introduction. First of it is I will execute my function as the vice president as per the Gasam constitution. The second one is Gasam data safety and security, where I mentioned that data is one of the most important things in the world, and losing it means that you lose your privacy along with the trust of both your clients and your members if it fails, if it falls into the wrong hand. And the third for my manifesto is the solution to the problems of the Gasam archives. And one thing I intend to do is to come with solution with problems facing the Gasam archive when it comes to keeping the data, since most of the Gasam archive are kept in storage drives like Google, for example, which when storages are full, you have to remove certain things and put certain things in. And the fourth from my manifesto is also issuing cards for every Gasam member. And how I plan to do this is, as it recently came to my attention, Gasam has a lot of members and who registered, and there is nothing to officially prove that they are all Gasam members. So I think coming up with membership cards, which it can prove that someone is a Gasamian, will also enable us have track of all our members, and also to facilitate when it comes to prioritizing members with regards to non-members. And the other thing is cybersecurity awareness week. Sorry. Cybersecurity awareness week, as I mentioned, as the world is becoming more digital with the advancement of technology, and cyber threats are increasingly growing by the day. And I believe that having a day or a week to commemorate such important thing, so that we can educate ourselves and also to make ourselves self-aware of certain threats that are available in the cyber world, and also how to protect ourselves, would be something that it will be very helpful to the association as well. Although this is not a constitutional duty, but it's something that I see that it will be helpful, and also it will be important for the association when it comes to people knowing how to protect themselves from these online cyber threats as well. And my number six is the contribution of the creation of a database. As it is mentioned several times by the previous executives during the election campaign, creating a database is not an easy task, like I've mentioned in a manifesto, especially for Gasam, since we are all student association and not as a profit-making body. So I will work with what is it called, the already assigned group. I spoke with the current president. He told me that they assigned a group. So I will make sure that to work with these people, or to find some other professionals that we know they are out there for hire, to help us, develop such, things that the association really needs when it comes to the database. And my seventh from my manifesto, the seventh point is that maintaining and securing ties between our sponsors and partnership. How I intend to do this is keeping such good relationship with such bodies is crucial to the smooth functioning of the association. And I intend to maintain a good, healthy relationship with both our sponsors and partners, with the aid of the outgoing executive and anyone who has this experience with dealing with such partners as well, to ensure the smooth functioning of our beloved associations. I think that is all for my manifesto, and I thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Idris, for that presentation. Now we move on to the General Secretary, Ms. Awa Conte. Ms. Awa Conte, can you please, the floor is yours. You may start.
Thank you very much, Abakar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. My name is Awa Kante, and I'm a first year going to second year computer science student at the City Muhammad bin Abdullah Dar Mehras in Fez. Um, I am vying for the position of General Secretary in the upcoming Gasam elections. And the plans that I have are as follows. Um, just before that, I would just like to say that for me, in as much as innovation is important, I think Gasam is all about continuity. So most of my projects are around, even though there are other initiatives that I would like to come with, I would also like to strengthen and maintain some of the projects that were brought forward by the previous secretary, that were either implemented or not. The ones that are not implemented, I would try to implement it. If I Yeah, the ones that I think should really be implemented, and the ones that have been going on, I would like to strengthen them and keep them very much alive. So I'll just go straight ahead to my plans. First on the list is actually a constitutional responsibility, that is correspondence and meetings. So I would make sure that my secretariat is as vibrant as possible, and I am going to make sure that I am available all the time to provide effective correspondences between the association, its members, partners, and all other stakeholders. That is just there, and then it, like I said, it's a constitutional responsibility. And the second constitutional responsibility is to manage the Gasam archive, and I believe I have very special organizational skills that would help me manage this archive, so that the data in it is available at all times for reference purposes. Okay, that's just the second one. And the third one is actually one of the programs of the current Secretary General, but it was not implemented. I understand it was because of lack of skill set, like lack of the people that have the skill set to build this database. And when I'm voted into office, I'll make sure that I try to find ways of implementing this project. I am not going to promise that I'm going to pull out my own money to fund this project or anything, or that I am going to use my own skills or expertise to give us a database. But I'm going to make sure that I work on the already existing strategies that have been used by the current Secretary General, coupled with others as well. For example, we know that the current Secretary have been relying on Gasam members that have, a knowledge on database um, building, tech students here and there. But I'll make sure that I extend it further by reaching out to the alumni as well. They could be in the Gambia or any other country, so long as they were a Gasamian and they are in the tech sector and they can help us with this. I'm definitely going to make sure I reach out to them. Um, just to broaden the scouting, you understand. And also, I also happen to have a wide network of connections of tech professionals and institutions. As the last option, if we do not have enough volunteers, I think I could reach out to these connections to make sure we have other options, in terms of having a reduced budget or something that we can afford as an association. So that's that for the Gasam database. The fourth one is actually the career appraisal. This was brought by the Danabig Gasam, that is the executive before the current one. And then I feel like it's something that really needs to be maintained, because when you have professionals coming to talk to Gasamians on things that, like, helping them on how to get themselves good careers in depending on the fields you're doing. So, like, we'll have seminars where we'll invite, like I said, professionals from different fields to talk about the different careers that are available for the students, depending on the field they're doing. So that's that for the career appraisal. And the fifth one is actually ID membership card. And I think the vice president candidate has already mentioned that as well. I think I can work with him so that we make this a reality. Like he said, we have a problem of profiling members. Like, when we have events, you cannot know who is not a Gasamian. Probably you would know the Gasamians, but who is not a Gasamian? Anybody can come and attend the event, and we wouldn't know whether you are a Gasam. We might recognize our Gasamians, but we would not know if somebody is not a Gasamian. You understand? So the identity cards is going to be proof of confirmed registration with Gasam. Like he said, you have to actually be a confirmed member before you're able to enjoy all the benefits that come along with being a member of Gasam, right? So yeah, that's that for the membership card. Also, the membership card is definitely not expensive. You don't have to worry about the cost. It's not going to cost you any extra money. If you pay your registration fee, you're entitled to the card. Um, that's that for the membership cards. And the sixth one for under my plans is an activity report with a difference. So in my tenure, I would like to in addition to the activity report that I am supposed to prepare at the end of my tenure, I'm going to make sure that we have a video documentary of all our presential activities, right? So it is a sad reality in Gasam that most people do not even go through the activity report when it is sent to the group chat. So what I will do is work with the media department to ensure that we have a video documentary as well that is going to complement the activity report, so that people are different. Others like to watch, others like to read. So if you're lazy to read, you could just go through the video document, and you're going to be as informed as about our activities as somebody who reads the document, right? So I feel like having recognizing our problems and coming up with ways of solving them is something that can really help us grow as an association. And bringing this video documentary that would go with the activity report is really, really, really going to help us a lot in solving the problem of having people that would not be like really familiarize themselves with our activity report. You understand? It's going to include everybody and make sure that everybody really has a chance to get themselves okay with our activity report. So that's just all I have for you. Thank you so much. That's that.
All right. Thank you so much, Awa, for that presentation. Now we have the treasurers. We have two of them. We can first start with the females, ladies first. So Bakuto Sise, you can start. Then Asan Balde can come.
Mic is
Bakuto,
muted.
your mic is muted.
Oh, sorry for that. Thank you. Okay, my name is Bak. My name is Bakoto Sise, a third-year student at the University of Ibn Tufil, NCJ, Kenitra. First of all, my vision for Gasam. Gasam is more than just a student association. It's a community of leaders, change makers, and visionaries. We have a shared mission to promote the welfare, culture, and interests of Gambian students in Morocco. We have a common goal to make a positive impact in our society and beyond. To continue our mission and goals, we need to maintain and improve our financial foundation. We need a treasurer who can build on the achievements of the outgoing treasurer and bring new ideas and innovation to enhance our financial performance. We need a treasurer who can collaborate with other executive members to develop and implement fundraising activities, budgeting, and financial reporting. We need a treasurer who can explore and pursue more funding and support opportunities for our projects. Then I'll go to my functions. If I'm elected as Gasam's treasurer, I shall be responsible for the disbursement of the association's fund, shall be responsible for running the treasury of the association, shall be responsible for collecting and keeping members' contribution, shall be responsible for reconciling the bank statement in case there are differences, shall be the principal signatory to the association's bank account. My plans, if I'm elected as your treasurer, prepare a quarterly financial statement and reports in collaboration with the finance team. This will enhance the transparency and accountability of Gasam's financial affairs. Organize financial literacy webinars in collaboration with the media department for Gasam members to equip them with the knowledge and skills to manage their personal finances. This will empower members to make smart financial decisions, save money, avoid debt, plan for their future, and achieve their goals. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Bakuto, for that presentation. Now we move on to Hassan Balde. Hassan, you can turn on your video and your mic.
Your mic is muted, Hassan. Can you please activate your mic?
Hassan, please check your mic.
Hassan, I think we should write a message for him.
Yeah, can I start?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My greetings to you all. My name is Hassan Balde. Um, I'm currently studying economics and management at University de Hassan Premier University. So my willingness and my spirit maybe to run for Gazam is unmeasurable because I've attended the quality, so I've seen the activities, those that were held. So I see the collaborations, I see the sacrifices from all the members, all the members, I will say, and particularly the executive, the job they have done by making sure things went through. Every Casamians enjoy the activity. So that gives me the spirit and upon arrival at home. So I have seen that Gasam is there for us, and Gasam is the mighty of all. Hence, they stand for students. They help students when the need arises. So I see. So from that, so I also take these bold decisions maybe to add my quarterly maybe advantage or my contributions toward the Gasam. So that is why I get the spirit maybe to attend to the call, maybe to stand for the various positions. So where I dare to stand the position of a treasurer because of my vast experience in the past in different associations in the Gambia. That spirit get me to apply for these positions, and I hope so. When voted in, I will execute my functions as well. So to start with, yeah, my plans. Number one, the transparent financial report. I will accurate, accessible financial reports to all members. Open communications will be my priority, and ensuring that in any activities that we are to take as a treasurer or as a finance body or even the entire executive, we will make sure it will be open to all Gasamians, where awareness will be given to all Gasamians in any activity that we are doing through our uh, financial transactions. Okay, that brings me to number two, budget planning and management. We all know in any associations, budgeting and planning is key. That helps the association to manage its financial health and in and its activities, through which it can facilitate how the activity, how the budgeting, or how the association finance are run. So these are the various ways that if I'm voted in, I will try to implement. Okay, so the third one will be effective team collaborations. Effective team collaborations that will not be without in the absence of with the entire associations, with the presidents and other members. So there'll be a mutual communications in any transaction that we are doing as a finance department or as a treasurer. So this will help in bringing inputs and experts through the financial illness and financial transparency. So through team collaborations and teamwork will help the associations or will help the finance to facilitate its working spirits. Ethical standard, that is the fourth one. Ethical standard is very important in any in any in any associations. Most probably the finance department, there must be financial regulations. Financial regulations is key, plus the intern policies and ethical guidelines that safeguard the integrity of the associations. You must have financial regulations, you must have internal policies that will propel the association to another level, where those policies will be used in the smooth running of the finance plus the entire executives. Okay, the fifth one will be fundraisings and sponsorship. We all know in any activity or in any association, fundraisings and sponsorship are key. Gasam cannot only rely on annual contribution. That will not suit for purpose. So the only way that we cool is that we have to open our wings, we have to ask for partnership, and we have to facilitate or provide activities or organize activities where we could generate income. Those incomes can be used for emergency purposes or other purposes as well. So when voted in, me and my finance team, for the entire executive, we will try and find measures where Gasam can generate money, because annual contributions cannot only help the association. So we have to try and create some kind of revenue for the association that will generate income for such as for the reason for such as maybe any emergencies or any situations where money will be where there will be shortage of money. So you could use those money maybe to block some leakage and other stuffs. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Asan, for that. As stated in the rules, immediately after when the opponents finish, then they can ask each other questions. Unfortunately, this part should be for my co-moderator, but she's facing some internet problems. So I guess I will continue with you guys for now until when she, settles her problem or solves her problem.
Abubakar,
So
Abubakar,
yes,
so sorry for interrupting. I think about the question, asking each other question, I think like it concerns the treasurers, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
In
it's
the
serious.
rules, it is stated there that the opponents will ask each other questions. But also in the previous rules that was sent in the previous messages, there was something like number 4, I think. Each candidate will be allowed to ask a maximum of 2 questions, which can be addressed to any candidate.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you have the treasurers now. You can ask each other questions. Bakudo, if you have a question to ask your opponent, you can ask him. Then he will answer the questions. Then Asan also you can ask the question that you want to ask. And a maximum of 4 questions should be asked.
Ali.
Bakudo, your mic is muted.
Okay, thank you. My question for Hassan is, Hassan, my first question, do you have any plans for fundraising events? And if yes, what are some of the events that you have in mind?
Wait, they will answer me last time.
Apart from the existing programs, if you have any new ones.
Okay. Sorry, please. Let me. Yeah, all right then, Bakuro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that questions. My camera is not accessing anyway. I will try to speak like okay. Anyway, yeah, right now I have just almost two plans that I would like to execute. Yeah, through fundraising. So that will be by organizing when Gasam usually have Gasam weeks plus plus Korite and Tobaski. So I will see in one of those activities where me and my team, the finance team, the executive, we will try because it is not an individual work. We will sit as as an executive, but my own plans is number one is that we will try and provide even if you could make an every day sort of, yeah, that will be an every day where we could generate money, or even if you could provide some other facilities such as maybe t-shirts and other stuff, so that can help the association to generate money.
Thank you, Hassan, for that wonderful answer. My second question is, what is your current assessment of the financial recording of Mega Gasam, and what do you think is possible to improve it?
Okay, so I will say the current I will say the current my assessments on that will be anyway, Gasam, they are very innovative, and we have well-brain minded people who work tremendously in taking Gasam to another level. So I wouldn't criticize anyway on their work because I have went through it, so it is just excellent. It just needs some kind of improvement or some kind of adjustment, but it's all accurate. So we will just try when voted in to add more and more to show that Gasam will never lose any confidence when it comes to financial management and other stuff. So we'll just add extra efforts in making sure it is well equipped and it is well safety guarded. Yeah.
Okay, my third question is, suppose you are elected as the treasurer of Gasam, and then, for example, if the current executive budgeted a loan for 20,000 dirhams, and then they always give more than what they budgeted. If you are elected, are you going to increase that budget, or do you think increasing that budget is feasible?
Come again. Can you come again, please? Can you
I
come
see.
again, please?
Suppose you are elected as the Gasam's treasurer,
Yes.
and right now, Mega Gasams, for example, if they have a budget of 20,000, if they have an initial budget of 20,000, and before the end of their term they exceed that budget, for loan.
Yeah.
If you are elected, do you think it's feasible to increase that loan?
Yeah, yeah. When I'm elected, you will see. Come as a treasurer, you don't take decision personally to yourself. We will see. I will sit with the finance team plus the president and if possible with the executive. We will see, and we have to scale it. We have to see what are the various ways or what are the dangers if you add. What are the consequences if you deduct? So we have to see. I have to sit with the president and the executive. Then we have to lay a plan. If at all it is favorable to add, or if at all it is favorable to deduct, then we will find a solution to it. But we have to see and share ideas, and see. I cannot just maybe take a decision upon myself and make an increment or deductions. No, it has to be a teamwork. So then we could find a genuine solution to that questions.
Okay, my fourth question is, this is something that it is maybe a choice, but then I have seen that all the other candidates have did their campaign in Kenitra, and then you are the only candidate that didn't campaign in Kenitra. Why you didn't? Is it because your opponent is from Kenitra, or why you didn't send us your manifestos to at least see your plans?
No, I don't think that is the case. Well, I could remember day before yesterday. I have texted your very rep concerning about it. So we fixed a date. That was yesterday. That was day before yesterday, even to half past 10. But we could not make it out because I was a bit engaged as well with another bill that is first. That is, I think, first. Because the bill rep in first, we scheduled different date, we scheduled different dates, so it could not hold. So unfortunately, we scheduled a day. So he was like, anyway, it has to hold today because my guys, they're always busy. Sometimes it is hard for them to stay, so we have to hold it. So that is the main reason, not because maybe I have an opponent there, so I didn't. So I'm not willing to do that, but that is the main reason as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering all my questions.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Hassan. Thank you for answering her questions. Now, if you have any questions for your opponent, you can ask her. And please remember, please answering this only 1 minute maximum. Hassan, your mic, please.
Okay, yes, Bakutu, thank you so much. My number one question is, what measures will you implement to enhance financial transparency?
As it is stated in my manifestos, I will be preparing quarterly reports and yearly reports. The quarterly reports are to be given to the G3, hence they are the ones that will assess the finance, and then like they oversees everything. So it's to prepare a quarterly budget that is every 3 months and then send it to the uh, the G3. Yeah.
Okay, then thank you so much for that, for answering the question. Okay, my second question will be, how will you handle in a situations where the association budget is tight? So how will you handle that? And there is a pressing need for additional fund.
As we all know, mainly Gasam depends on our contributions and then from sponsorship. So aside from the contribution from the general members, all we can do is to look for sponsors from various partners, that is the embassy, AMSI, and other donors that would be willing to fund us.
Okay, thank you so much. Then my third questions will be, suppose you discover any potential constraints on the association financial record, what step will you take as a treasurer to overcome those?
I don't understand. Financial constraints
I
as
mean,
in getting
okay,
funds.
I mean, suppose you overcome a potential contrast in the association financial record. What are the various ways that you will overcome through it?
Are you saying if there are differences in the association's account or in getting funds or what? Because like I don't.
Exactly, exactly. Let me rephrase it like this. Okay, suppose you discover any potential disagreements in an association's financial records. What are the various ways that you will overcome, that you will use to come through them?
Yes. Uh that is why as the role of a treasurer, you are the one responsible for reconciling the bank statement in case there is any difference. And then bank reconciliation is something that I understand well. So in case there are differences that occurs in our accounts, I will use that approach to correct the differences.
Okay, okay. Then my third question, my fourth questions will be, so can you provide example wherein Gasam is facing a difficult moment financially? So what are the big decisions that you will take?
When you mean when Gasam is facing financial difficulties?
Difficulties. So what are the various ways that you will take to overcome those issues?
First, I will discuss like with the media team for all of us to find solutions as like it's a teamwork. It's
Yeah.
like it's our responsibility, the finance team, to put the financial situation of the association intact. And then, as I said earlier on, we will also try to look for funds outside Gasam, where we can generate funds in order to be able to settle those problems.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for answering my questions.
All right. Thank you all for answering each other's questions. Now we can start with the questions of the moderators. Then we will check on the comment sections for questions from the general members. So from the moderators, unfortunately, my co-moderator is still trying to connect. But I will start with the first question, and this will be a general question. Um, yeah, we have leadership, as we all know, comes along with huge responsibilities. This coupled with schooling is not an easy task to do. We all know. So we would like to know how will you manage working in Gasam and also with your school activities. So the president can start, then vice president, then secretary, and the treasurer.
Okay, thank you very much. Um, you're right. Like managing school and then extracurricular activities is not going to be as easy. But as for me personally, I think, okay, like how are we going to manage it? I believe like it's all about prioritizing things. School is the first thing here. We all know that. So for me personally, like I'm vying for this position because I know inshallah I'll be in my second year in master, so it's not going to be as hectic. So I will have ample time to do extra things. And then like this is not just anything. It's also very important when it comes to our CV and stuffs like that. And then like overall our personal development. For example, if I succeed as a president, if I am elected, this is going to help me solidify my leadership skills. All my previous experience. This is really going to help me. And then for me personally, I'm doing international relations, diplomatic studies, which is all about representing your country elsewhere within organizations or in other states. And then in this case, like as a president, you're going to represent, one of your main purpose is to represent the student body. And then therefore, so I think this is going to help me a lot as a person to develop. So yeah, I hope I've answered your question.
All right. Thank you, Kadiatu. Thank you for answering the question. Now the vice president can start.
All right. First of all, I would like to thank you for this wonderful question, Mr. Abubakar. Like you said, it is not an easy task. It is something that it can be very hectic sometimes. But as for me, my plans are like she already mentioned, prioritizing because we are all student and schooling is what brought us here at the first place. And when it comes to situations in which we have to multitask, because it's multitasking is one of my skills, is a skill that I've been working on and I've done before. So when it comes to such issues where things will be so tight and things will be so hard to the point that you have to couple those two. And the first thing I would like to say is thank God I'm in a faculty. So actually such things are not taken like records of being present of at all times when I are not usually taken. And I can also prioritize depending on my time management because sometimes I'm a type of person that I like to work on things beforehand. So when it comes to my schooling, I like to work on things even before they're actually worked on. So with such plans in place, actually this will enable me to be able to take up certain responsibilities when it comes to having to multitask both schooling and the responsibilities of Gasam. And also, I've once mentioned that in times that things will be very tough to the point that one might not be able to, meet the demands of the association by being at a certain area, or one has to migrate to a certain place to carry out certain tasks. I think the best thing to do as an executive is also to communicate with your fellow executive members to build up an understanding between them, so you can have someone who can at least volunteer in your place. I think that is one of the other things that I have in mind because being an executive body also required teamwork and also understanding among its members. So I guess
Yeah,
these
it's
are
already 1 minute.
yeah. This is all that I
Uh,
wanted to have to say. Thank you very much.
all right, thank you so much, Idris Asanya. Please bear in mind that you have 1 minute to answer the question, so just make it brief, just answer the questions briefly. So our Conte, then the treasurer.
Thank you very much, Abubakar. I'd like to talk about two things. The first thing is going to be multitasking, and the second one is teamwork. So personally, I fortunately I'm really good at multitasking. I'm a great multitasker. In fact, this is true because for the past couple of months I have been I have been going to school as well as serving in various roles as well. I think I did not mention this when I was giving my manifesto because it might consume time because it's already in my manifesto, the one that I sent you when went to your various villas. But for the past couple of months, I have been serving as the vice president of the Confederation of Gambian Student Unions Abroad, and I've also been serving as a media personnel, that is writer, right? In with a media outlet. I have been coupling this with schoolwork, and I think if I am able to do all these three in well, none of them is getting affected. I think now that I am getting out of office from Koksua, and also I'm not with the media department that I was with anymore. I think having Gasam and school alone is definitely going to be a cup of cake for me. And for the teamwork, I think the fact that the executive council consists of 8 people means that even though there's going to be pressure, but I don't think there's going to be that much pressure because if you fall short anytime, you can always fall back on your teammates. You understand? So this is something that is teamwork, and that's what I believe in anyway. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you all. So Hassan can start, then Bakudu.
Ciao, mandala my work. Jara jim funo ba. Okay, thank you so much for the wonderful questions. Yeah, though anyway, it is not hard, and we all know taking responsibility in a way that so we have to implement them simultaneously. as maybe been voted in, maybe being a treasurer at the same time going to school. So it's not an easy task. But I will say I will endeavor to do that because anything that concerns students, I will try to endeavor and going for it or die for it. So that is what leadership comes for. Leadership, you have to take sacrifices. You have to sacrifice anything that it matters. So you have to endeavor and do when the need arises. So it won't be an easy task though. But I will but be rest assured. I have handled different positions at UTG, the same time in different associations as well. So I have multitasking, so doing things simultaneously. So it is not a new thing to me. So and I hope so doing it here as well. It's never easy anyway, but I will try and do my level best. So, and even if there is high chance that I could not make it out when an event when need arises, then we will make a backup shot of through the association, through the members. One can step in so before my arrival. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Hassan. So back to you can take over.
Well, I know like this is not an easy thing as Gasam is Gasam's leadership is time demanding and then it needs like a lot of sacrificing and then I think it all depends on your time management and then prioritizing things. Uh, for me personally, I am someone who is so good at multitasking. Like, I don't think this Gasam or my schooling will affect any of it. I don't think school can affect Gasam, and then Gasam also. I don't think it can affect my schooling. So that is why I took up the decision to do it. And I come to think of it, if people were there sacrificing their time, as we are all students here, those that were there sacrificing their time, sacrificing school, missing other classes as like students in NCJ, like it's obligatory on you to be in school every day. So if others were there sacrificing their time, sacrificing all that, why can't I do the same? That is why I took up the responsibility to apply.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you all for answering that question. Fatma, are you able to solve your situation now? Fatma said he can. Are you hearing? Okay, guys. I think there's still a problem. So the next question also is still a general question. It goes to all of you. We have like 3 general questions, then we can enter into individual questions. So the next question is, what are your expected challenges like working in Gasam, and how do you plan to overcome them? And the president, then the same routine.
Okay, thank you very much for
Please
that question.
bear in mind that you have 1 minute, please. Did you
Okay,
get the
we'll keep
question?
it as short. Like what? Yeah, I think what are the challenges we are expecting to face, right?
Yes. And how do you plan to overcome them?
Okay. I believe like some of the challenges for me personally I think I'm going to face. I know like working with people in general is not going to be easy. So meaning first of all, like if you want to take certain positions or if you want to be a leader, you have to adopt certain attitude. For example, like have emotional and social intelligence to be able to deal with people without offending them and making so that like none of you is lacking behind. I don't know, like I don't know if you understand what I mean, but just sorry, let me think. Anyway, that is one of the things, like social and emotional intelligence is going to help a lot. And then the other things I think we are going to face is regarding the master students. When it comes to some of the students, getting masters, because I've been there, so I know the pressure like we put on the last executives. That is two. And then the other thing will be like Mohas about the stipend. So these are some of the challenges I'm hoping to encounter if I get elected. And then inshallah for Mohas, I think with pressure and then negotiation, talking to the right people through the embassy, we are going to hopefully we are going to get some more positive results inshallah about the the early arrival of the stipend. And then for the master students, with this again with the help of the embassy, maybe we could um because sorry that like I'm exceeding the 1 minute, but from my experience, one of the issues master students face is sometimes the list goes late and then we miss some of our AMSI stipend. So hopefully we will work on that to make sure the list goes early, so that like people, even if they're going to miss, at least it's going to be one. So yeah, that's it. That is all I have for now.
All right, thank you, Vice President Idrissa.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I think the president said the most of it. First of all, it has to be dealing with people. When it comes to, for example, in my case, when it comes to dealing with certain conflicts, because sometimes it is very difficult since you have to be socially and emotionally intelligent when it comes to dealing with certain conflicts and how you address certain things when it comes to matters like this. And I also think another problem that I will be expecting is when it comes to the AMSI stipend, for example. I guess most of us who are living witnesses to such issues, where some people receive their stipends and others do not receive, and that can be so much hectic sometimes. I think that is also another problem that I'm expecting, and also when it comes to traveling and moving from where I am, one place to another to solve certain problems. I think at the end of the day, it all goes to how is it called? What we say about multitasking, because multitasking is something that I've experienced and I've been on that. So I think with this multitasking skill and my problem solving skill and my emotional intelligence, I can also overcome certain things of such kind. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Idrissa. We can move on to our content.
Thank you for that, Avoka. First of all, I think basically, I'm basically just going to talk about the exact same thing that the vice president candidate as well as the president talked about. The first thing is having to do like we're serving people that are from different backgrounds and with different opinions and expectations from us. So I think knowing how to deal with people is going to be one of the greatest challenges that we're going to face. Personally, that's one of the greatest challenges that I'm going to face. That is, when to like how to deal with people and how to address their concerns while not stepping on their toes here and there. You understand? And for me, I think I am a people person. Like I can easily adapt to situations and address people while I do not while making sure that I do not offend them or something like that. And yeah, I think that's going to be a great technique for me to tackle that challenge. And another challenge that I would face personally, this is in relation to my roles as Secretary General, is language barrier. That is definitely going to be something I'm going to struggle with. To be quite honest, I'm not fluent in French, and then to be the general secretary is required to be writing letters in French. At some point, you might have to do that. But I promise that I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to make sure that I work with my team to make sure that this is not going to hinder our activities. So yeah, and I just like to say this: the general members are also urged to bear with us. We are also human. Even though we are serving you and we are your leaders, does not mean that we do not know everything, and we will definitely need your support, and we need to do this together. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, our content, for that. Hassan can start, then Bakuto.
Thank you so much for that question. Yeah, number one challenge is that I will be expecting it will be when it comes to managing the association finance, it'll be very complex as you step in because committee involves budgeting, bookkeeping, and record keeping. So those are the various challenges that I'm expecting to encounter. And when it comes to transparency and accountability, also that one also is a huge one, which involve quarterly reports or yearly reports. So those ones, that one too is very is very challenging as a new coming candidate or when elected even. So those are the various things that I'm expected. And when it comes to team collaborations, as we all know, we are all new in the system. So joining hands together, coming together, so in sharing ideas, so that may take big time before we come together and understand our way of doing things. So those are the various things that I'm expecting. Yeah.
First of the first challenge I am expecting as a treasurer will be record keeping, as like from my findings from the various from the past treasurers, like those were the problems that they were mainly faced with, that is record keeping. And then I intend to do this by trying to uh, record after every event or after every activity that is organized by Gasam. And then the second challenge I am expecting is like, as a group of people working together, it's normal sometimes for there to be disagreements and then disputes. But then I know all the agreements is like for the betterment of Gasam, and then I am so with those disagreements we can come to agreements and then make better decisions for Gasam. And then the second problem we'll be facing is like Gasamians' participation or responses to messages that are sent to them. And then we hope that we will be able to encourage Gasamians to be able to participate more in Gasam, as like Gasam is here for everyone. Gasam is here for everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you all for answering my question. Let me check on my co-moderator again. Fatmata, are you available? Fatmata Sirika. All right. Without wasting the time now, let me just move into the questions now. These questions, this first question goes to the president. Seeing that we have gone through your manifesto, and seeing that most of the things or the plans that you said in your manifesto are naturally part of your responsibilities or your duties as the president. So we would like to know, why your manifesto does not include other initiatives or innovative plans for Gasam, seeing that you are the president. Because I think people were expecting a lot of things, a lot of plans from the president. So can you please answer this question?
Thank you very much for that question. Yeah, you are right. I made sure that I kept my manifesto as simple as possible and as realistic. I made sure that like I only put things there that I believe like are attainable, that I can realize. I didn't want to put things like I'm not sure if I'm going to realize during my tenure of 1 year, because 1 year is very short. And then the other thing is, because I've been working with the previous executives, so I've seen, and then I've spoken to the current president, so I've seen like the workload on the president, and then plus considering the fact that I'm in Rabat, when it comes to administrative things, is hectic because I'm still a student. Between the embassy and the students have issues, so I believe that is just enough for me for now. Because the other thing also, I've noticed that among the candidates for this election, I'm the only one in Rabat. So I believe like it's not going to be the same. Like I don't believe like they will be traveling all the time, especially when it comes to administrative things, because I'm the closest. That is another thing. So yeah, this is why I just kept it as simple and realistic as possible, because I believe the administrative things especially, and then the other candidates I've seen that like they've been innovative. So the fact that we are going to work as a team, so I just maintain my duties according to the constitution, and then maybe continue or try to execute some of the on attain sorry some of the projects that Mega Gasam we are not able to execute, maybe due to time constraints. So that is my response. Sorry, that is my answer to this question. I don't know why I'm not able to. I hope I have answered the question well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for answering the question. I have a second question, then I'll move on to the other candidate. The second question is, what do you plan on
Sorry,
doing
Abu Bakar.
differently
Is it
from
for
the?
me?
Yeah.
Is the second question for me?
Yes, to the president. Before moving to the yeah, the second question to the president again. What do you plan on doing differently from the previous or the current president?
That is tough. Anyways, like, interesting question. Okay, like as we all know, Gasam is very established and very organized association, and then especially the current executive, we can all attest that like they've been doing a great job, right? So for me, inshallah, I'm just going to do my best to maybe like to try to be more innovative, or maybe some of the things like I said they were unable to execute, and then work on those things. But for now, I'll just say I'll do my best. For now, that is all I can say. I don't know if I have direct, like, more realistic answer to this particular question. That's all, Abu Bakar.
All right, thank you so much, Eriatu. So if I understand well, like you don't have a direct answer to the question, but the way you explain it is understood. So moving on to the vice president, we have some questions for you. Knowing that your plans are big and it requires a lot of efforts to execute, we would like to know, how do you plan on working effectively with those that have different plans with you or similar plans with you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Abubakar, for this wonderful question. I think it is a question that I've been asked several times. What, how would your reaction be when your plans are not, foreseen as to be executed by the executive body? I think teamwork. We just look for the how they call. We just look for the positive things that we know we can achieve as a team. So even though if some of my plans are not chosen or none of my plans are chosen, I'll be very willing and be very happy to work on plans that my fellow executives have. I don't think so that will be a difficult problem when it comes to doing something like that. Um, Looking at my plans, saying that they are big, I don't know how it is when it comes to the eyes of the people. Yeah, some of them might be might be big plans, but most of them I just see them as something that they are easily attainable. So at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. Whether they are chosen, if they are chosen, we'll work hard on. I will work on personally with the team to make sure that they are realizable. And also, if they are not chosen to be a part of our action plan for our tenure, I will work wholeheartedly and willingly to achieve the plans of my fellow executive. Because at the end of the day, one band, one sound. Thank you very much. I hope that answers your question.
All right. Thank you, Idrisa, for answering that question. The next question will be to Idrisa again, to the vice president. Um, you live in all the way in Meknes, so I think you'll be expecting a question like this. How are you going to assist the president in carrying out some of her tasks if she's unavailable or when she's unavailable?
Yeah, thank you very much. like I've said before, such questions were asked several times, during my field campaigns. Um, yeah, how's it called? How will I start even? In the case where the president is not available, when it comes to carrying out certain tasks, maybe let's say the most difficult one of them will be like carrying out administrative responsibilities like the MC and um, the embassy as well. I think I've mentioned this several times again. I'll be willing to sacrifice, and also communication is also something that is very key between an executive body. So, in the case that the president will not be able to carry out certain tasks, I think I've also communicated with the current president about that. Like, my problem would be when it comes to such things like carrying out such administrative responsibilities. It will be that I don't know the places, but he told me that all the places will be available for you when you go into office. So I think the problem will be here now, not the places. The problem for the places will be out of the game. Now, the only problem that will be is trying to reach out in time, since it is a long journey. It means I have to self-prepare myself. I'll have to prepare myself before the time for what carrying out such responsibilities come into place. And I hope I've answered your question. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Idrissa, for answering that question. To the general members, please keep your questions coming. We will go through your questions and ask the candidates. Remember, this will be your future leaders, so please ask the questions and clear your doubts. So, moving on, I would like to move to the General Secretary, our Conte. The first question is, how do you plan on doing the activity report with a difference as stated in your manifesto?
Thank you, Abakar. I think I have extensively dealt with this topic, but I could still go over it again and explain in a way that you might understand. So the activity report is basically a complement the activity report with a difference talks about the video documentary that will come along with the activity report, right? So it's basically going to complement the activity report. Like I said, the written activity report is so bulky that not every Gasamian would go and read all of that. You understand? So the video documentary is going to be in such a way that I'm going to be working with the media department so that in every presential, this is for presential activities. For the online activities, obviously the videos are available that anybody can go and watch and familiarize themselves with them. But for the presential activities, like I said, I'm going to work with the media department so that we capture videos of the most vital activities of every event that we organize, every presential activity that we organize, and then we're going to bind them all into one video documentary at the end of our tenure, and then we are going to share this with the activity report.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that question. So I have another question, but it will concern both of you. You and it is a seen that some of your plans are similar. But I would also like to reserve this question for the next round. This question is specifically to our again. What do you think are the most important skills of a general secretary? By the way, this question is from my co-moderator. Since he's not here, I'll be asking some of our questions too. So, what do you think are the most important skills of a general secretary?
Okay, thank you. That was great. Um, from a personal perspective, I think one of the most needed skills of a general secretary is, like, for me, number one is writing. You have to be able to write. You cannot say that you want to be a secretary without you knowing how to write, because I mean, in as much as the whole executive council is a teamwork, your specific role, in fact, the first um, uh, role of a general secretary, as enshrined as said in the constitution, has to do with minute writing. You understand? Correspondences and minute writing. So you can, if you cannot write, you definitely cannot write minutes, and you cannot also correspondences has to do with writing, mainly writing letters and things like that. So I think the strongest So the strongest skill for the general secretary has to do with writing. Also, I think another very important one is being attentive to detail, like because there's so much to write, and then if you're not careful, you're going to make a lot of mistakes and jungle up everything. So you need to be able to be attentive to detail so that you don't make any mistakes. And yeah, that's that. And also, I think one more very important skill is being able to work under pressure, right? Like I said, there is so much to there's so many correspondences to do. There are so many minutes to there are so many minutes to compile. Every minute, after every minute, you have to write the notes and send it as soon as you can. So you need to be able to work under pressure, because sometimes these minutes are needed for the executive council to make decisions based on them, right? So I think, yeah, these three skills are definitely my top three for general secretary.
All right. Thank you so much all for answering that question. Yeah. Now I would like to move to the treasurers, and this question goes to both of you.
Sorry, Mr. Booker.
Yes. Yeah. Here.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody.
You can ask the treasurer the question.
Okay. Thank you. And then my apologies for coming this late. It's rather so unfortunate. I was unable to join in the beginning. And then I missed that interesting debate between the treasurers. But nevertheless, I'll be asking you questions now. And then the questions are directed to both treasurers, Ms. Bakoto Sise and then Mr. Hassan Balde. So, okay. The first questions we will want to know is, what are your methods for avoiding potentially costly accounting errors? Mr.
So shall I come in?
Okay, no problem. You can go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, avoiding accounting errors. That is yeah, taking time when recording. It is very key when recording financial records. You have to be very vigilant, and you have to take your time, and you have to consult the financial secretary plus the president. When doing those activities, because it is key, because any information that you give might mislead the general public, or the general member, and that will become a huge consequence maybe for the association. So when recording, time taking is very important, just like minutes. As the general secretary said, you have to you have to take your time when recording financial records, and you have to get a concrete information about the financial aspect before making records. You have to check all the activities that have been taking place, where funds were involved, or where funds were involved. So when recording, you have to be very mindful with recording, and you have to consult the president plus the financial secretary in making sure that it is accurate and there's no fault. I think that answers your questions, right?
Sorry, guys. I think we left again. So, Bakoto, you can go ahead.
First of all, as my opponent said, you have to take your time in doing financial recordings, as if you don't take your time, you might encounter errors. And then secondly, you have to double check your work, and then you have to have a consistent process in recording your transactions, and effective communication of financial expenses, that is especially the social and cultural secretary, hence like they are the ones that will be like doing all most of the shoppings and most of the buying of stuff. So it's very important to have a good communication between you two when you are doing when you are recording your transactions.
All right. Thank you so much for answering that question, Bakoto. Um, we have a second question also to the treasurers again. So, what strategies will you put in place to ensure that there's an effective and efficient budget for Gasam, seeing that the Gasam budget is always not enough? So, what strategies will you put in place to ensure an effective and efficient budget? Asan, you can start then, Bakoto.
Yeah, strategies. Number one strategy, it is like maybe to avoid errors. To avoid errors in any, as Mike, as Bakodo just said, it is very important to implement a strict and an accurate budgeting, or even bookkeeping or record keeping even. So accuracy is really a key in answering what you have just said. So I will try with team, so to try at any activity that we are doing, or any activity that we are doing, we'll make sure efficiency is part of it, transparency is part of it, and accountability is part of it. So through all, we have to make sure in any budgeting that we are doing, or any record that we are doing, accuracy must be there to make sure that errors are being avoided.
Obaka, can you please repeat your question?
Okay.
What strategies do you have?
Thank you
What strategies will you put in place to
very much
ensure?
for that answer. And next, we would like to hear from you, Sise.
Bakoto, you want to hear the question again?
Yeah.
Okay. What strategies will you put in place to ensure that there's an efficient and effective budget for Gasam? Seeing that our finance is always not enough, and the budgeting is always more than the available funds.
Okay, I think firstly we will have to go through the past executives, to see their budgets, and then know what was lacking. Uh, as you said, I think if I understand the question right, is we face difficulties of keeping up the budget. Now,
Yeah, we have, Gasam has a financial constraint, and we need to make budgeting. So what strategies do you have to ensure that there's an effective and efficient budget?
okay, as I rightly said, firstly we have to look into the past executives, their budgets, and then compare it to the funds that we are having currently into account before making a budget that the association might not be able to cover for. And in budgeting, there are different rules that you should follow. And in budgeting, there are different rules that you should follow to help you manage your money effectively. It's important to give more priorities to most important allocations of our association.
Okay. Thank you for answering that question. Time we are running out of time. I think we will end by step 8. But I have another question also to the president. 2 questions again. As stated in your manifesto, how do you plan on convincing the Arabic students to participate in Gasam activities?
Well, thank you very much. When it comes to the Arabic students, my plan is to maybe make the Gasam events more suitable for them to participate, because like I've mentioned in some of my campaigns, currently I'm having there's an ongoing conversation with some of them, because we need to know their problems issue, and then what is holding them back. And then some of the reasons they said were they cannot mix with women and the non-mahrams, like they are non-mahrams. That one, unfortunately, we cannot do anything. But then I think we can make the Gasam events more suitable for them. such as maybe reducing, not completely eradicating it, but the music part, so that they can attend. And then the other thing is, I think we need to build a strong communication relationship with them, because um, we have different problems here in Morocco, the French and then the Arabic students. So my plan is to have to build strong relationship with them, because then sorry, also again, I've asked them why do they not like try to take positions within the executive. So they gave me their reasons, which was reasonable. I understand. So my plan is maybe to get someone to represent them, if the G3 is going to approve it, if elected, like maybe if they get someone who is representing them within, that is going to help a lot, so that person will speak up for them, and then it will help us know better their issues and their problem. So for now, that is all I have for the Arabic students.
Okay, thank you, KJ. The next question is, recently we have seen that there is the number of Gasamians in Morocco here have reduced drastically, maybe due to the new students not coming, incoming students not coming. So, what are the plans, or what do you have, to improve this situation or to ameliorate the situation of new students not coming or coming late to the kingdom?
I don't understand. Like, can you please repeat the question?
I said we have seen recently that the number of Gasamians in the kingdom have reduced drastically, and the number of new students also is being very low. The number of students that are coming are very low, and some students also are not coming. So, what plans do you have to improve this situation in order to ensure continuity of the Gasam?
Okay. First of all, I will start by the students not coming. I think that one solely depend on the Gambia government. So I don't think we can do much about that, because they know their budgets, and then they have their reasons why they are not sending students. And then I believe it's because of like money issues. So maybe we can have um, try to talk to some of these people in higher education, and then know the reasons why they are not sending. Like and then yeah, maybe negotiating with the GG, although that one is not I'm not very sure of that. But then to ensure the continuity of Gasam, I think all we have, like the most important thing is the Gasemians here, those of us that are here. Like I think all we have is each other. So for me, I believe all I can do is to use maybe Gasam platforms, and then one-on-one discussions to encourage Gasemians, to make them understand that like the survival of the association solely depends on us, and then we don't want to just to let the association die like that. So I believe all that matters right now is participation. So for me, I'm just going to use the platforms maybe during events or one-on-one, just to encourage Gasemians, and then to get more people to start taking up responsibilities and then participating in Gasam events. So that is all I have for that question.
Okay, thank you, KJ. Idrisa, also seeing that you are the vice president, I would like to direct the same question to you. What comments do you have towards this question that I asked KJ?
Which is the Gambian students.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, like she said, it's all government issue, and mostly depends on the government and whatever plans they have to put in place. I think also, I don't know, I'm not certain for sure, but we need to like try to find out, even though they might not give us the most suitable reason, but I think sometimes it's also good to find out certain reasons why some certain decisions are being taken, because Gasam solely depends on the amount of students that is coming, because that are coming, because we, the ones that are here, most of us will soon be finished, done with our education, And in that, when that happens, for the constitution, you know, you don't have to be, at your third year, or let me say a graduating student, and take up a position as, in the Gasam executive. So that will become very difficult. So one of the plans that I think to do is trying to find out why the government is refusing to send students to the kingdom, whether it be in finances, or whether it be, what they expect from students after their education is not being, reached out, or kind of, such kind of things also. um but the other part of the question, sorry, can you repeat it so that I can follow?
Yeah, it's okay. The other part is just like, how would you ensure that the situation is improved to ensure that the new students are coming to the kingdom, to ensure the continuity of Kasam?
Yeah, yeah, okay. I
I
think
think
we
you
also,
already
we just,
partly answered the question.
yeah, I want to add to that. I think one thing also, we, the ones that are here, we also need to show that, like, we also need to show the benefits of us being here. I think sometimes, when someone is doing good for you, who he expect, even though he don't expect anything in return to himself, but he expects something positive from whatever good that you are benefiting from. So I think showing, we trying to show out that, we are really benefiting from what we are having right now, and the places that we are, or the things that we are already with. I think that will also encourage them to, change their mind as well. If I thought it is not a financial reason, but if I thought it's a financial reason too, yeah, I think it might help also. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Idrissa, for answering that question. The next question goes to both of you, Idrissa Sanya and our Conde, the General Secretary. Seeing that most of your plans are, some of the points are similar, that is the membership and the Gasam Archive. So this question is, what problems do you identify in the Gasam Archive, and what solutions do you have to these problems? Idrissa, you can start, then our can continue.
Yeah, you're very right. Also, when you see we all have similar plans, I think the reason of that is because we may have consulted the same people for particular information, and they gave us the same answers. Because at the end of the day, me, before I applied, I tried to check on what are the problems that, Gasam is having, that, we can come up with solutions. So I contacted the secretary. He told me, and I also contacted the vice president and even the president as well, for advice on what the problems of Gasam are, and what are the problems that they are facing. So basically, in all these three people, I think if we contacted the same person, we might have the same answers as well. So with the problem of Gasam Archive, me, mostly the part that I'm concerned with is, when it comes to our events like the Korite, the memorable Gasam Week as well, and something like that. Um, all these things, the media department is always taking pictures and videos of all these events, and most of these things are also kept in, Google Drive, for example. The one that I'm giving is the one I'm going to talk about. So the Google Drive is something that, of course, yeah, it may be reliable in some way, although we don't have much control over that. Um, but when it comes to the Google Drive being full up, like when the drive is full, it, you know, it will result in us trying to remove old information, or old pictures and old documents, or whatever important things to put, in order to free up some space for new ones. And I think that will also lead to a loss of data and loss of information when it comes to the association. So one of the things that I suggested was, like, having a cloud server, for example. If we can rent a cloud server, or if I thought that may be very expensive for the association, we also have external hard drives that, they have high storage capacities as well. So we can find any of these two things, that, we can use them as a backup device when it comes to um, such um, such documents, or such photos and videos when it comes to the association. And the other thing is that also I came to notice that, even when it comes to Google Drive, when it's full, they require payment in order for them to increase your storage capacity. I think also, depending on the budget and the finances of our association, I think if I thought that will be the most easy solution to having to keep all these records, I think then it will be essential if we go for it as well. And I hope that answers your question.
Um, the question is partly answered. You know, what I noticed is you are mostly talking about the Google Drive, and which means like you're more concerned about the storage. You know, um, and what I noticed something is like you have not consulted the Gasam archive in the website. So my question is, have you checked the Gasam website, the archive in the website, and what problems do you identify in the Gasam archive in the website?
Well, in the
If
website, I
so,
visited the web.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I think it's better if you complete your question, then I can move on.
Yeah, my main question is about the Gasam archive in the website. Like, what problems have you identified there, and what are the solutions do you want to bring?
Okay, when it comes to the website, I've tried to access it several times. I don't know whether it's due to my network or something, because getting into the website, I only get certain informations, like for example, the current executives and their plans. But if I try to further go into the archives and whatsoever, I always have a problem that like I do not have see any results. So that I cannot bite much into, because I don't have access to the archives and
I'm not hearing you. I don't know whether you're speaking. Hello, Idrisa. Guys, are you hearing him? All right, Idrisa, it's okay then. Let me turn to Awa. Awa, you can answer the question. Awa. I think you get the
Thank
question, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for that question. In fact, I think this is something that took it upon myself to have as an assignment, because I realized when I was on my campaign, there was this question around the archive, like as to the problems that I've seen with the archive and how I plan on solving it. At the time, I did not really go into it. I did not before. I mean, during this campaign, I did not really. In fact, the answer I gave to that particular person who asked it was that I did not really see any problems with it. But the truth of the matter is, at that time, I did not even check the archive at all to check whether there are problems or not. But then after that engagement, after the whole campaign, I decided to check out the archive to see if I would see any problems and hopefully to come up with solutions to them. But unfortunately, like Idrisa, I could not access the Gesam archive. Even though I went to the website, all I see is the current information that have been recently posted there. But I tried to access the archive to see if I would be able to see anything. But due to some reasons, I don't know if it has to do with the website itself or anything. But I'm not able to access the archive for me to be able to determine if it has problems and to be able to come up with solutions to those problems.
All right. Thank you for answering that question. The next question is still both of you, but Idrisa. Okay, Idrisa is back. So why do you think that it is necessary for every Gasamian to have a membership card? Don't you think that like it would not be a problem if, like, the way we are right now, nobody is having a card? Why is it necessary to have a card, a membership card? Oh, your mic.
Oh, I thought Idrisa was answering first. That's okay. Um, about the membership card, I think I have mentioned the reasons why we really need a membership card is because we one of the reasons is because we need to profile our members. We need to be able to track down all the members during when we have events. Like when we have events, if you come with your card, we could easily tell that you're a Gasamian. But then if we don't have a card, okay, we might recognize ourselves among each other that we are Gasamians. But what about people that are not Gasamians? What if somebody comes and says he's a Gasamian when he's not a Gasamian? But you cannot know, because we cannot say that we know everybody. That we know everybody. That we know every Gasamian, every Gambian student that comes here that is on a Moroccan scholarship. Even though we came together, but not. For example, if I came with other bad COVID members, maybe personally, for me, in fact, I don't even know every bad COVID member personally. Like, I know a few people that I have been interacting with, but I don't know. I would not tell you that I know the names and will be able to recognize every bad COVID member that I came with in the first place. Much more the other people, other other senior students that might be in the executive council. You understand? Because I am currently getting into the executive council, and there are new students as well. If I don't know everybody in the bad COVID, obviously I will not know everybody that is currently in the badge. Is it badge World Cup? Right. So it is going to help us in profiling our members. Also, the another issue is I think I forgot to mention this when I was giving my manifesto, is the issue of having private students registered to become Gasamians. I think this card is really going to help them, because it's going to help them identify themselves as Gasamians. Like they can come and register, and they're going to have that card as proof of membership of Gasam. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Awa, for answering that question. Idrissa, do you have any response to that question? Hello, Idrissa. I'm not getting you. The question was, why is it necessary for every Gasamian to have a membership card? Hello, Idrissa. Guys, are you getting me?
Abu Bakar, I think Idrissa is having some issues.
Okay. Idrissa, maybe you can solve your mic issue, then I'll get back to you later. So moving on to the general secretaries. To the treasurer, sorry. To the treasurers. So let's make it a little bit interesting. To Bakuto and Hassan, why do you think the Gasamians should vote for you? Since both of you are opponents, so why do you think Gasamians should vote for you? Either of you. Bakuto can start, then Hassan can come in.
I think Gambians should vote for me because, like, first of all, before being a leader, you have to first be a follower, and then I have been an active follower of Gasam since my first day in Morocco. That is almost to 3 to 4 years. So I have like a better understanding of how Gasam runs, and then secondly, I have been a commerce student since my high school, which has equipped me with a lot of financial dealings, and then I am like more into commercial aspects, which has like given me the strength to serve in various financial departments in different in different clubs and in different associations.
All right, thank you so much, Bakuto. Yes, Hassan, why do you think Gasamians should vote for you?
Yeah, the reason being Yeah, in Morocco, anyway, I didn't have any what to say that I participated in one way or the other in Gasam. That is only one event. That is during the Korite as the first activity that I attended since I came in the kingdom. But back home in the Gambia, I serve in many associations where I have held different positions. Um, Being an IPRO and then uh, I was voted in as the as a treasurer in different associations as well. So I hope with that expertise and with that insight in managing managing that association through through with my capability as well. So, and secondly, here in Morocco, I'm studying economics and management as well. So, I think so through those, I'm the eligible candidate, and I deserve to be voted in as a treasurer.
All right, thank you all. The Gasamians had you, and they will make their choices. Um, now I have another question also to Khadija Jallo, President. Yeah, this question is about the master students. In case the Gambia government is reluctant or refuses to sponsor the masters programs in Morocco here, how will you deal with this situation to ensure that the students continue doing their masters here?
Okay, Abu Bakar, thank you very much. I think that is one of the main challenges we are going to face if elected this year, because but all I can say is that, like me myself being a master student, so I know how it feels, wanting to pursue your dream and then someone wanted to hold you back or stop you. So this is one thing I can assure Gasemians, like we are going to do everything within our capacity. Like we are not going to let that happen. We are going to talk to the embassy, like to the ministries. Like we're just going to do our best, like negotiate. We are just not going to sit back and then watch them do that. So inshallah, for that one, with my team and then other Gasemians, even the general members, inshallah, we are not going to let that happen. That is all I have for now for that question. Hopefully, let's hope that like it's not going to happen. Sorry, Abu Bakar, are you reading the comment section?
Yeah, I'm going through it. The comment section of the general members.
No, like Mamad have been writing here.
Yeah. Okay, it's okay. I have seen the message. So yeah, and my final question to KJ again is: you've been the president and the leader of of this team. Or how will you manage disputes or conflicts among your team members in case they arise?
Okay, thank you very much. Like, sorry, I don't know what that noise is. Like, I'm sure at some point we are going to have to deal with that. And then I think, as a leader, inshallah, like one of the things one is supposed to handle conflicts is first of all by assessing like the situation in order to come up with a resolution, and then by working together with the conflicting members, and then keeping my calm, and then keeping myself in control, like calm and neutral, in order to be able to resolve the issue. So for now, and then making the best use of my emotional and then social intelligence, of course. So that is all I have for that question.
All right, thank you so much, KJ. Now we have the time left is not enough. We would like to go through the comment section from the general members. Fatmata, can you please go through that and see if there are questions? Hello, Fatmata, are you here? I think Fatmata is not here, so I will check questions here. We have a question from our content. Questions for the treasurers. Both are required to answer. Can you please describe a scenario where you manage a treasury, played a role as a treasurer or part of a treasury team? What were your achievements and challenges? And if there were any challenges, how did you manage to overcome them? So Hassan can start, then Bakudo, if you have answers to the question.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much, our contact for that wonderful question. I will start with the achievement because I serve in an association where the financial aspect of the association it is not growing. It is just going step by step. So once I was voted in, then I tried by all means to ask for sponsorship and fundraising. So where we generate money for the association. So those monies were used to boost the income of the association. So the challenges is that from organizing those fundraising and looking for partners, as we all know, looking for partnership it's not an easy task because it requires a lot of things. You have to write, communicate, send emails, all kind of stuff. So before the response will be finalized, it have to take time, and you have to write in different departments or different institutions for those help. So patience is really needed. So through that process. So when you come to fundraising, also fundraising it's not an easy task because one you have to look for money. So because it's not just like you have to invest small and get more. No, you have to invest more and get more of it. So getting those funds also really requires a lot of things. So that makes it very difficult and very challenging throughout the process. But Alhamdulillah, I went through it, so I've been successful. So that led to the achievement, or that led to the boss of the association finance. Yeah.
Okay, Bakudo, you can do it fast under the question.
Okay. I once served as a treasurer in my current school, that is NCG, Foreign Student Club. And then our biggest achievement was the operation of the club was in accordance with its requirement, that is like to integrate every foreign student that is in NCJ in the club, which we were able to achieve, and then we increase our like our our number of members, and then our biggest like problem or challenge was having funds or like donors, and then because like the association is mainly dependent on donors and then the members contribution, and then it is not like Gasam where like our contributions are deducted directly from our stipends. No, here like it was like members have to contribute. So like for members to contribute their part was like a thing that was really challenging to us.
All right, Bakudo, your mic is muted. So are you done speaking?
Yeah, I'm done talking.
Okay. Fatma, are you here? Fatma, say it again. Oh, okay. I will check the other question. I think there's a question from Mohamed Lamin Kijera. A question to the aspiring treasurers. Seeing that the roles of a financial secretary and a treasurer are somehow similar, but of course there are some differences. What are those roles or duties that makes a treasurer different from a financial secretary? So Asan, then Bakuru, please make it brief.
Okay, it is a very good question, and I would say the difference is that for financial secretary, no, for treasurer, From your rules, your major rules will be bookkeeping and accounting. That is part of it. And number two, it has a financial reporting. It's part of the role of a treasurer, and budget planning also is part of the role of the treasurer. So these are the different, but they are related. They are interrelated. Yeah, but specifically, bookkeeping and accounting is part of the role of a treasurer, plus budget planning is part of the role of a treasurer. Then financial reporting, but they are related. They are two are interrelated. But the financial secretary can also intervene when needs be. Yeah.
Okay, like I think this thing I'll refer to the constitution. In the constitution, it is stated that the financial secretary shall take and keep accurate records, including receipts and invoice of all financial transactions, and shall also present financial report at each general assembly, while the treasurer shall be responsible for the disbursement of the association fund, shall be responsible for running the treasury, the treasury of the association. In a nutshell, uh, the treasurer is responsible for managing the financial assets of the association, while the financial secretary receives and deposits funds received by the association.
All right, Bakuto, thank you for answering that question. And to Kijera, I hope your question is being answered. I have checked the comment sections. I have not seen any other questions. So I will, you all to, give your
Abubakar, you are not very audible. No, we can't hear you, Abubakar. Idris, are you as well? I saw your question. We can't hear you.
Man.
Idris, it looks
Idris,
like we're
I
hearing
think
you
now we
now.
can hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I am audible now. Ah, thank God. Okay.
I believe we are supposed to proceed to the closing remarks. Mamat, can we go ahead, because I think Idrisa is having some maybe connection issues, because it's already 8. Mamat, shall we?
Yeah, are you guys hearing me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it looks like they're having technical problem in the background, so
Yeah.
you can just wrap up with the closing remarks coming from all the candidates. We will start with the president. Can you please give your closing remark, and what are some of the words that you would tell the voters? Thank you. Let's take it from there.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mamat. First of all, I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank the moderators of this debate, and then to the EC for their professionalism throughout this journey, and then to my fellow candidates. Thank you all. And then to the general members for their awesome participation throughout the journey. And then for me, all I want to say is that ever since I came to Morocco in 2018, I've been actively participating in the association. I've been working with executives very closely, and then at some point, like I was even a member of the social and cultural committee, and then I've also moderated some of the Gasam events, and then volunteered like in some other events, and also coupled with my experience outside Gasam, and then my experience in Morocco here, because I've spent over 5 years in Morocco. So I believe like I am ready to serve Gasam and Gassemians in its highest level in order to take the association to the next level, inshallah. So that is all I have. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So now we will move to the Vice President, Idrissa. Mr. Idrissa, can you please give your closing remarks?
Okay, thank you very much, Mamat. I don't know if I'm still audible currently. Let me verify before I proceed.
Yes, you are. Kindly go on.
First of all, I would like to thank you, the Electoral Committee, and also the moderators for a wonderful job and sacrifice that you have done. Actually, these are the types of people we need in Gasam in order for the association to move on further and also to keep, the association smooth running as well. Gasam to me is not like just an association. To me, it is just like people who came together to build a conducive home for people who like new students. When they come here, they can feel comfortable and they can feel like home when they reach the kingdom. I want to thank those who came up with the idea of creating this association, even though they might not be present in this meeting. But even though I would like to thank them because we are benefiting from the fruits of what they have sown. And also, as one may ask, like, why I choose the position of a vice president, it is a position that I see as best fit to ensure the smooth running of the association, and it will enable me to, take up my functions as leadership as per the constitution. And applying for this position is something that I don't only see as volunteerism, but also as an opportunity to self-develop, to embrace change that is for a positive mindset, and also to impact the generation of Gassamians that will be coming. So I would like to encourage all members of Gasam to participate when it comes to events, because we are here for you, and um, without you we can't do anything. Without you, our functions will not be seen as meaning, like our functions will be meaningless. So I encourage you all to come out also and support, and also I encourage you to participate in events, to take up positions, because just like we benefited from the fruits of the seed that are sown by those who created this association, I believe no one will also want to see someone come and suffer in the kingdom. So let's all endeavor and keep the association smooth running. And thank you all, and thank you to my colleagues as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanyang, for that. So now we will move to the candidate vying for the position of treasurers. No, general secretary, sorry, before treasurers. Awa, the floor is
Thank
yours.
you. Thank you, Mohammed. My final words, I think I would first like to thank the EC for being so patient throughout this whole process. I think they've been so understanding. If you look at the whole election process, it was really hectic considering how they had to extend the deadline for some people to, come forward and take these positions. Moving to the campaign period as well as this debate today, I think they've put in so much effort that definitely needs to be recognized. And I would thank also our beautiful moderators that were here since were here. I mean, not just Abubakar and Fatmata, but also yesterday we had Malik as well as BC. Sorry. Yeah, I think it was BC. Apologies for that. I would like to thank you all for your selflessness. And also I would like to thank the general members as well for exercising so much professionalism during the campaign. I think I had a personally, I had a very smooth campaign in all the villas that I have gone. It was great, mashallah. Everybody participated and it was really interactive. And also, to the aspiring candidates, I think regardless of, I mean, some of us are really unopposed and we are really expecting to get into office. But even the opposed candidate, suppose you do not win, this is not it's not like a lose for you. This is, and regardless of any of you that gets into that position, it's still a win for both you and Gasam, right? Because like we always say, being in the executive council does not mean that you don't get to have a say in the activities of Gasam. You understand? This is like a family, like Idrissa say. For me, I don't really see Gasam as an association. I think it's a home away from home. It's like building a family away from home. You understand? Because since I came here, in fact, like I mentioned in my manifesto, the reason why I even vied for this position is to give back what I've been receiving. I think I have received so much from Gasam that it's time to give that back, right? So this is definitely teamwork, and that takes me to my next point, which is the general members. We will definitely need you to work with us in this journey. We will not be able to do it without you, because we don't know everything, and we are supposed to work, hand in hand with you to be able to serve you better. And I think if we work together, we will definitely be able to achieve a lot within this academic year. A tenure is just one academic year. So yeah, I think if we work together, we will definitely achieve a lot. So let's do this together.
Thank you so much, Awa, for that. Yeah, so now we can move to the treasurers. We can start with Bakutu. Bakutu, if you have any parting thoughts to say, you can kindly go on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jase. First of all, I would like to thank the Electoral Committee for being with us from the beginning to the end of the election that will be tomorrow. And then I really appreciate your efforts. And then thank you so much for, like I was said, for being patient with us and then being there for us. And then secondly, I would like to applaud my fellow aspiring candidates for taking up this responsibility and then being ready to give back to give your best to Gasam. And then I would also like to congratulate and then thank the outgoing executives for their efforts, for their sacrifice they have been doing for the betterment of Gasam. And then I would also like to thank the general members for being with us throughout this campaign and then being very cooperative with us. And then sometimes I know it was like time consuming, and then maybe others were busy with other stuff, but still they were there in their various groups, like, and then interacting with us. I am so like, I don't have words to express like how I'm grateful for that. And I will urge on all Gasamians to come tomorrow and then vote wisely and then vote for your next leaders so that we can have a better Gasam. And wishing you all Eid Mubarak in advance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bakutu, for that. So now, lastly but not the least, let's move to Hassan. Hassan, can you go on with your parting words to the general audience?
Okay, yes, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And first of all, I would just like to thank the moderators for their kindness and for their understanding as well. And I will thank the entire electoral committee for taking bold for taking this massive challenge in making sure conducting elections. So it's not an easy task, but we thank you for your efforts and for your timely response as well. And I will thank the audience as well and all the listeners out there for taking their time and listening to us. Anyway, I won't say much. All that I will say is that Gasam is ours. So we have to take our responsibility. So we have to come and hold positions, because you never know. Me being a new student, so I was like, anyway, so I have to participate because this is Kasam for us. So seniors also communicated with me that anyway you have to go for it. So it will help you maybe in the run long. So this is Kasam for you. If you guys don't participate, so we'll participate. So this make me to come forward and ask for this very position. Though we are not competing, so it is just that we just want to serve the association. So all our goal is that to implement our manifestos, like how it is, or our plans, how it is to take Gasam to our level. So through teamwork, it helps a lot. So I will urge every member, and most particularly to my batch mates, batch World Cup. So come out and participate in Gasam's event at all time. And if you have any questions about that concerns you, you have to raise it. So you participate in any event. So me coming forward for these positions has helped a lot of my batchmates, because they have just told me that Asan, you give us the spirit. Now when elections are held, now we will go forward to. So they just wish me all the best. So this is what we expect. Sometimes we have to take sacrifices, maybe to help others also to take part. So I think so. So I have inspired many in our batch that will also maybe come in the future, maybe to participate in Gasam's activities. So I thank everyone. And I urge everyone to come out tomorrow, cast your votes for your candidate, and make sure even voting, you vote for the vote based on the person competency and consistency. That really matters, because we need Gasam which is well equipped with brains that can take Gasam to another level. So through your voting, or through choosing the right candidate, will help Kasam to another level. I thank you, everyone. I will thank my experienced candidates for their brief manifestos and for their business explanations. So this is just a great, it's just a wisdom. So I wish everyone all the best, and Eid Mubarak to everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody, all the candidates for your time, and thank you for taking the time to answer all the questions and all the remarks, putting everything into consideration. So, Abubakar, did you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I just want to thank the candidates for being here and for presenting their manifestos to the general members, to the Gasamians, to make their choices. I just have a little thing to add. That is, like, whenever you are voted into office, just know that you are there to serve Gasam. Remember what the past executive has done for Gasam, and from the beginning up to the end. Don't only follow your personal interest and leave the association like that. You have to work together as a team. I'm sure there will be little conflicts, but you have to deal with it professionally and maturely as a team. Just work for the interest of Gasam, and also put Gasam higher up there. We all have hope on you, and we hope that you will all be voted in office. And thank you so much. Thank you, Mamat, and I'm really honored to be the moderator in this election debate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. So, this brings us to the end of the election debate 2023. So we hope everyone is well informed about the candidates and the plan that they have for the associations, and hopefully this will help all voters to make well informed decisions, because election voting will be starting tomorrow, the 8th day, and then more details will be sent in the Gazam group for the registered members to go in and vote. We all know that most of the candidates, they are unopposed candidates, but you all have to bear in mind that you all need 50% of the total number of registered votes. So you have to the registered members have to put this into consideration also when voting, and we encourage everyone to show up because at the end of the day, we have let's say 120 registered votes. So we expect all the members that registered to come forward and vote for the leaders that they want to run the association. So indeed, it was a very long process. We started with applications and vetting applications. Interview all the candidates, and then we moved to campaign period, and then now we have a debate, and tomorrow we'll be having the voting process. It was indeed a long journey, and we would like to thank all the candidates for showing up. For making it this far. It was indeed a long journey, but you guys made it this far, and hopefully everything will go well. And yeah, we also like to thank the moderators also for taking the time out of their busy schedule. Right now it's preparations and everybody is busy, but they are here to work with the electoral committee to make sure like the debate is well carried out, and we really appreciate that. And also, we would like to thank all the shareholders. Like we have the J3, we have the moderators, the media department. This couldn't have been possible without them. We really thank them too. And yeah, so this brings us to the end of the election debate. We'll be having the voting process tomorrow, inshallah. So stay tuned for that. And we wish all the candidates the very best. And yeah, we're looking forward to the last thing tomorrow, inshallah. So thank you so much once again, and you guys have
All right.
an amazing night, and Eid Mubarak to everyone too. And yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you, Mama.
Eid Mubarak.
And
Eid
Eid
Mubarak.
Mubarak
Thank
to
you so much.
everyone.
Eid Mubarak.
Tomorrow
Thank you.
you will receive Salibos as vote. Don't worry.
Yeah, more details about the voting. The voting is going to be secret ballot, so every detail will be sent in the group so that um, everyone can vote without having any difficulties. So, yeah, thank you. Bye until we come your way next time, inshallah.
All right. Thank you.
Right.